One of the key skills in Photoshop when we touch in the likes of portraits is the Liquify tool, and to access this tool it's going to be up under the filter menu. But first of all we should discuss what the Liquify tool is. Basically it makes an image fluid and it allows us to push and pull and twist and turn the image itself. So what we're looking at here is obviously a beautiful girl anyway, a great headshot, but we want to actually make some adjustments. So we want to actually kind of work on the right hand cheek here, perhaps that ear, correct the lip design, push in this cheek a little bit more on the left hand side, push these eyes up just a little bit more to make them just a little bit bigger, plus perhaps look at the nose and actually shrink that down a touch, and actually then go up into the hairline and actually start to pull that down. So let's jump straight into Liquify. So it's filter and Liquify, or Shift Control X. It's not a shortcut I remember, to be honest, so again just clicking onto Liquify. And as you can see here over on the right hand side, in fact, we're in advanced mode, and for now when you're getting going I would just go ahead and switch that off. So just on this little cursor up here, just actually click onto that checkbox and that switches it into the basic. As you can see now, all we've got is the sizes and the pressure. Over on the left hand side here we've got our tools, and the majority is going to be done with this forward warp tool, and that's where we're going to be working with straight away. So first of all I'm just using the scroll wheel to mouse upwards, so in other words just to zoom in there, and you can see here now we've got quite a large brush. To make the brush bigger there's several ways, of course, either using the right bracket tools or left bracket tools to shrink. We can also adjust the size of the brush, which is actually just on the top here, to actually make it bigger, but of course then you can't see the physical brush that you're trying to adjust. Another quick way to learn, in fact, is pressing on the PC the Alt key, and then with the right click on the mouse drag it either left or right, and that actually will change the brush size for you as you go. So the forward warp tool, basically the crosshair is going to be outside of the skin itself, and all we're going to be doing is just nudging in the skin in little increments. The same here with the ear. We'll just start on that one now, but we've got to go back and do a lot more to that in a minute. And then we can go straight over to the right hand cheek to actually start to bring in some shape. Now obviously if I was you, I'd double check that what you need to do to an image, and it should always be done to complement the client, not make them look completely different and things really. So I've done the basic outline of that cheek there. As you can see, it's all little nudges rather than a kind of a big long stroke and so on. So if I just enlarge the brush that a little bit more and just push that in a little bit, same over onto that left hand cheek again. Let's push that neck in at the same time, and they are very, very small movements we're making here. Great. The nose needs just a little bit of a tuck, so let's just shrink brush down again. So just pushing that in. Remember the cursor outside of the part that you want to move. Just a little bit more of the brush. Now you can see here I want to move that nose up, but it's going to affect the lip. So this is where we're going to just click straight into the advanced mode, and down on the left hand side now we'll see more tools appear, and the key one is going to be the freeze tool for me. So I'm just going to press F on my keyboard. That will actually put the freeze on, and then all I'm going to do is now just paint across it, and we've protected that area from the adjustments we're going to be making. Clicking onto W again, that's back into that forward warp tool, clicking once more. That's cool. And then to unfreeze the lips, all I need to press is D, or I need to go up onto the Thor mask here and press it. So let's just go ahead, let's make the brush bigger to just actually wipe all that in, pretty much one. And we're just going to go and push those lips around as well. So just shrinking that lip back down again. You can see I'm going to touch the bottom lip. So once more, F into freeze. Just protect that bottom lip for a minute. Back into W to go back into the forward warp tool. That's good. D again to set for de-Thor, as it were. And then we're back up onto the top part of the image. So now we're going to work on the eyes just to make those a little bit bigger. We want to freeze again the eyebrows straight away. So F is the shortcut, and just paint onto the eyebrows. May as well do it on both sides for a minute. I also know I'm going to move this ear in a little bit more. So while I've got the freeze brush there, I'm just going to actually paint the frieze along that part as well. Right, back into forward warp, bit bigger brush now, and just push in that eye up just a little bit more. Notice I kept the whole eye within the cursor itself. That's cool, and then I just want to move in this ear a lot more. Yep, then I can just hit D again for defrost. And then we're just going to work finally up onto the top part of the hairline here. So just actually to pull down the hairline in towards the image a little bit more. It looks like it's too big a forehead. So just going to pick up the bigger brush here, and then just start to, with the forward warp brush, just start to actually bring these in just a little bit more. Remember to zoom out from the image as well when you're working. Obviously it's better to kind of work in close up to begin with, but you always want to kind of step away from the image. Yeah, I think we can just bring that side of the hairline down just a little bit more, just to thin out that head. And then just finally just controlling that muscle just there on the neck. Bring that down a little bit more. Great, and I think we're almost done. And so we've done the cheeks, we've done the ear, we've done the chin. Oh, we haven't done the chin yet. Let's actually just go in and do the chin while we're there. So once more, we're just going to press the F for the freeze, paint in our freeze onto the lips. W is again to actually move in the chin just a little bit. And this is the important part of the forward kind of looking at what you have to actually adjust within the image. Otherwise you're going to kind of forget what you've got to do or spend too much time fiddling around. D for defrost again. Let's just in fact make those lips just a little bit bigger on the bottom lip here. So again, F for the freeze, protect the top layer, protect the bottom chin. W for the forward warp. Great. So I said it's important to what we call image map the image before we start going. Why? Because otherwise you'll end up fiddling and kind of changing things around too much and so on with it. So I think that part of the chin there can actually just be moved in, just the side of the face. So W again, freeze first of course, sorry. And I was just looking at the hair there actually on the outside. I think we'll just kind of bring this in just a little bit. Especially that part by the ear there. Great. So at that point we've done everything I was planning to do. So just check on again, it's the cheeks, the ear, the chin, the lips, the eyes and the hairlines. That's all done. At this point I can press OK with it. So just going to press OK. And then if we just zoom out here, we can see the difference. Really have made a big difference to that image in what is just a couple of minutes, and that's why the Liquify tool is a really important tool to get it in and play around with and then eventually master and bring it into your general portrait workflow.